I got you covered.
Hi, welcome to Paint Night with Ethan. So tonight we're going to be painting the Dire Troll, and I'm really excited about this model. There's a lot of faces. There's a lot of different details. Here's the box right here. I already took it apart, but you can see right there. That's what the model is going to look like. It's going to be very green. There's a lot of greens, so much green that there's two of the same green that we're going to be using for the skin
You
tone.
hardly ever use.
We hardly,
all of
yeah, I
any
would
of
say,
it.
yeah. If you've been watching these, we don't use all. You don't ever use all of the whole thing, so it's kind of funny, but I'll take it, whatever. So we're gonna be doing it a little bit differently this time. We're gonna do it a little bit more like the first time I did one of these paint nights, where I did not do any research.
And we should say it's our first time in
And
person.
yes, this is our first time in person. You can hear some other players playing Digimon. We have So next time we do one of these, I'm more than happy for you to come paint here with me. We got a couple extra chairs for next. We got a big table. I won't take up that much of it. So, anyways, let's get started. So we're gonna get started off with our or wet palette. So I'm gonna move the miniature. So we have a plastic plate, right? Just waterproof. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a nice generous amount. I'm gonna not too generous. There we go. That'll do it. So I'll take a nice generous amount of paper towel. Thank you, Christine. And then
Just call me Vanna.
the help.
It's TV.
And so we're gonna soak this paper towel here. And what we're doing here is we're making a wet palette for ourselves. And this is a really convenient way of keeping all your paints wet and making sure that they stay usable throughout your painting session. So right now, so you can see when I run my finger across it, I'm gonna add a little bit more because I want it to be a little bit more wet than that. So when you see when I run my finger along it, it's nice and moist. So you can see on my finger, it's all wet. So after that, we have our paper towel on our plate. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a bit of parchment paper here. So this is just regular non-stick parchment paper. And what I'm gonna do is
I got it at Walmart.
yeah, you can pretty much find it just about anywhere. So I'm gonna take just about a quarter of it. Bam, there we go. So we don't need, okay, maybe a little longer piece actually.
Maybe a bigger.
Maybe a bigger piece. So I'm just gonna rip off this part. No, we'll do.
Here, there's more.
Yeah. No, here, I got it. There we go. Just cut this one, and then we'll go ahead and layer this. We don't need crazy amount of room. So when you put it down, it's gonna curl up, right? See, and that's because of the water tension. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over, and so it's gonna be a little bit wet on the side, but that's okay because it'll thin out your paints. And then that's a wet palette there. So we have a nice. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit extra here, just so that way we have plenty of space. And there we go. That's a wet palette. Perfect for when you're on the go and just trying to just get
Probably
something set
stuff
up.
you have at home.
Yeah, probably stuff you have at home. It's really easy to make. So now we're gonna start. We get the two paintbrushes. We have a fine detail and our multi-purpose. We're gonna start with the multi-purpose one. Same grape as all these other ones. I feel like this multi-purpose brush is a little small, but hey, we make it work, right? So we're gonna go ahead. There's a protective coating to keep the tip secure, so we're gonna go ahead and get it wet. And we also I need one of these. So I'm gonna keep a piece of paper towel here. How's it look on this? Piece of paper towel here. And all this is just to just dry stuff off and to wipe paint off of my brush. So we're gonna go ahead and take our miniature, and I have a pill bottle here with plastic putty, poster putty. And so all I'm gonna do, and because this is kind of a big model, this might not be enough. Um, Hey, Christine. Do we have more? Do you know where the blue tack is? Is that a good question? Okay. Oh, cool. I didn't. It's I don't have enough. It's like the model is like, yeah, like it's so big that like if you look at the bottom of it.
I'm gonna have to go search.
Well.
No, it's probably.
Let's see if I can just make it do well. See. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna be enough. But anyway, so this is like poster putty, blue tack, just pretty much whatever you use to put posters up on the wall without putting holes in the wall. That's really good, really awesome. I use it for just about everything. It holds miniature bits. I've primed stuff with, put some of this. It works awesome. If you paint miniatures, this is a must-have. It's pretty crazy how many uses you can come up with. I even use it to because for Warhammer miniatures, for example, I use it to like dry fit stuff so I can see how I want to pose stuff, and it's really the uses the uses for just sticking something on it and just letting it rip and just not ignoring it is it's almost endless. So anyways, we're gonna go take a look at this. We're gonna try to start mapping out what colors we want to use where. So let's see here. So I see it again. It didn't really give us any like anything to do the any washes, which is kind of unfortunate. But like you watched last time, we did that last time. We did that with the last model with the red slad, where we had to do some rudimentary shading. But no dice. That's so weird. Yeah, what's funny too is um anyway, so back to the goblin, the dire troll. This thing is gnarly. There's a lot of faces on it. Like it's gonna be a really interesting model to paint for if you're at home. If you're painting at home, it's gonna look really good, I think. Because I mean, no. Yeah, there's a lot of faces, a lot of details, a lot of stuff to highlight, a lot of stuff to do shadows. So it's there's a lot of cool stuff that we're gonna do here. A lot of detail in this. I think this is the most detailed miniature from D&D yet. So it's really exciting. I think these miniatures are getting really cool. If you've been watching these videos from the beginning, I think they're all just really nice kits. Really, I mean, like they've all been fun to paint. So. You know what? Here's what we'll do. I can hold the miniature in the meantime while we wait for blue tack. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our paint and we're gonna give it a shake. So we don't want it to so that way we can make sure that the medium inside of the paint and the pigments are properly combined. They're not separated. That's what'll happen if it's been if they've been sitting for a long time. So we're just gonna give it a quick shake. And start off with we'll start off with Park Green Flat because that seems to be the main color of the miniature. What we're gonna do is we're taking the bottom of the paintbrush, and we're just extracting some of the paint. We're doing. No, you guys are fine. I can hold the miniature. Oh, perfect. That's just enough. That should be just enough. Yeah, and it does because it doesn't go bad. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it goes bad eventually if you use it enough, but like, it takes a lot of use. So. Oh no, not that. No, because it'll dry and it'll get.
Actually, got this to use it for
That's air dry clay.
when we were doing our
Yeah.
for the
Terrain. Terrain stuff.
So we're gonna.
Actually, it could be in the terrain bucket. Be my next guess.
Very barely holding on. The unfortunately. All right, so we have a pill bottle and then the poster tack, and then we have it. So we have a nice little handle. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and just cover up every little bit of flesh with this green. So this is a really. Ooh, fumble. You know what? We'll go ahead. All right, there we go. That's better. Alright. So here we're just trying to get coverage, and we want to make sure that paint does not dry on our brush. Paint drying on your brush, big no-no. So we want to make sure that we're cleaning our brush very often, very thoroughly, and regularly. So, alrighty. So that was you can be a little bit heavy-handed here as long as you're quick and making sure it doesn't cover up any details. You'll be fine. So
Lots of green.
lots of green. Mean green troll machine. So we're gonna be doing, and don't be afraid to just do. If you just do one, don't try and gob it all on. Just try and. If you put too much on your brush, it's not the end of the world. Just try and spread it around, spread the love. And then this is a very bright green, but you know
It does look bright.
it's almost like a
Won't
Kelly
come on.
green. Yeah, we'll muck it up, you know. I'm pretty good at that. Taking a very bright color and making it more realistic looking.
Like the which one?
The red
zombie,
flawed
ogre
and the
zombie.
ogre zombie is another good example of that, where it was looking really weird at first, and then I came around and uglified it.
Bruised it up.
So we'll go ahead and get this going. We'll get it. Oh, bumble. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. Here's what we'll do. We'll flip it over. Let's see.
Fresh.
No, Oh, it'd be too big. Yeah, this would be too big. So but because I have
You
the
need
big
an
one at
XL
home.
painting
Yeah, I need
table.
the XL one. Yeah. Those work too, but paint like worst case scenario, I can always hold it with my hand. Not the end of the world. You know, I just got to be extra careful. But this base is so big, I can,
Just not as
Yeah.
steady, right?
exactly. Yeah. But even then, you can finagle the grip on it. So, oh, my hand is right in the light. That would help if my hand was not in the light. Yeah, is that better? That's a lot better. Okay. So there we go. And we're gonna go ahead and. Alrighty.
Rich wants to know if you'll be painting the new orcs from Warhammer.
Ah, not on stream, and probably not at all. Really, I've got a lot of 40K on my hands right now. That I would if I could though, because those models are really nice.
We're gonna need someone to paint our Dominion set
Oh,
too, by
yeah.
the way. So.
Mm.
I mean, not Dominion. That's what I'm trying to say. Age of Sigmar. Who's volunteering?
Yeah.
Rich, are you volunteering?
I feel like Rich would do a fantastic job. He has from what I heard here, he has a fantastic looking orc army. Haven't seen it, but knowing Rich, I know what it looks like. It's got to be fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and wash it off, rinse it off again real quick. Because we want to keep, and when we're getting paint under the brush, we don't want to go more than halfway up the paint. Like, you don't want to get paint up halfway past the brush tip, because if you get it past the brush tip, you're gonna get paint in your ferrule, and you're gonna cause a lot of issues with your paintbrush. Ooh, fumble. Got it. Yeah, you don't want to be getting paint in your ferrule because it'll split your end and it'll make your brush. It'll basically turn whatever brush you had into a dry brush, and not the end of the world, but you can only have so many dry brushes. And as long as you take care of your paint brushes, they'll last you so long that by the time you wear out one dry brush, your next paintbrush will be prepared to be turned into a dry brush. So. We're gonna just go ahead and get on this. All right. My foot accidentally pushed. I'm sorry for that if you're watching. I'm beginning to think that these paint pots are getting a little chintzier because
What?
these paint pots are getting a little chintzier because it's only half filled.
That's why you needed two of them.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Because I mean, I still got a lot of green to paint here and a very small brush to do it. Alrighty. We're this is a point in the miniature painting process where you can be messy as you want. Don't worry about being precise here. We're just trying to get paint on the miniature and just set the base coat for it and just get everything set up ready, so that way when we do the detailed work, everything's all ready to go. So if you happen to get something somewhere where there, you know, where you don't want the paint color to be, like let's say you get some on a sash there, don't worry about it. We'll cover it up. We'll get it all covered up and going. So we'll be real fast about it. So so that does it. Well, that does it for the. So let's start working on his belly. Big old ugly belly button and the face on his. Fur brush, paintbrush, real quick. Hold up 1 second. Let me fix something. There we go. I think that. There we go. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and keep going. I'll go ahead and just put some paint on his back. So, Christine, I didn't realize how big this model was. I'll be honest. This is a gigantic
really
model.
huge,
It's
yeah.
I think this is absolutely the biggest model that they've put out yet. It has to be because it's pretty gigantic. At least they have the decency to give the Dire Troll some underwear. We're gonna paint under his underwear. Alrighty. We're just gonna go ahead.
Did Noel just turn the music back on?
Yeah, he did. It's been on for a while.
Copyright.
VMCA. Just gonna have to do it again, I guess.
The 80s,
Oh,
fix. He had to do
oh
his
well, we're
fix.
just gonna have to do it again.
Restart.
Pity, pity. You guys are gonna be stuck with me again. So, alrighty, so we're getting.
You're still painting green?
So I'm gonna paint green for a while
I
because
know,
there's a
right?
lot of this Dire Troll does
Are
not
you
have.
painting the head screen too?
I'm gonna be painting the head. As far as I understand, I'm just gonna paint
Oh, except for what he's wearing. That's everything.
pretty much everything and like the little details.
lot of
That's
arms,
it. That's
yes.
yeah. Dude's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arms. You know,
3 heads and 5
Three-
arms. I'm
no,
confused.
4 heads, 5 arms,
4
and
heads and 5 arms.
he's got 2 faces growing out of his chest, and another 3 faces growing out of his chest and gut.
That's dire.
Yeah. But so absolutely gonna need more green paint. Yeah, right.
What'd you decide to paint over there?
I just painted bit part of a druid. It just takes spray there.
Are you excited for Friday Night Magic?
Who's playing?
I don't know
No.
who's playing. I'm not playing. But it's,
So we
I mean,
started. No, we started last week. I think there were 4 or 5. But there were a lot of people here for Monday Night Commander.
really now.
I had 3 tables going.
Holy cow.
So yeah.
What time does Commander start?
5. Well, ish. Well, because we close at 8 on Mondays, so
Right.
we never.
That's ironically the time I gotta call it quits or whatever.
Do you work early?
Yeah.
And then more like. I mean, you can come in and play pretty much any time though, but
Yeah, I've just been like kind of collecting dust for like the longest time.
everybody.
Yeah, like I mean,
Even before pre-corona?
Weird is it? Like a lot of friends who play, but like it's like just like we all at the same time just got busy or like just kind of like.
Well, I think everybody's schedules were different during COVID too. Like your priorities shifted and just new habits.
And I've been wanting to get like cause I've had since the Egyptian block came out, the Amonkhet, they came out with the Arch Nemesis board game or it's a card game, but like
Right.
it's just like, but and it's like I've never been able to find a 4th player because like
Oh,
so because it's like 3-on-1. So like we always have to have like so we'll have one player be like bad guy, and then like we only have like 2 players to face off. So like we'll have like an extra deck that we're just kind of like siphoning through. We're like, that was the second game.
you have to come in here and put a sign that says "Looking for players" up, and then you get your 4th.
Yeah.
By the way, As You Witch, not a kid's game. Not a kid's game.
Yeah. There's kind of a lot of those.
That's a good one though. If you haven't played As You Witch,
As You Witch.
it's a classic.
That's one of Ethan's new favorites.
It is my new favorite. It's up
But
there with
it could be a kid's game, but it could also be a party game
It's-
if you want to be inappropriate.
yeah. It's that's what's really good about it though is like it really does, you know, you can really
It's,
oh yeah. Since I can only paint green for so much. But yeah, As You Witch
As
is
You Witch.
is
You have
a-
to
it's
say
a-
it like the.
it's yeah.
As You Witch.
It's you have to build you build a sandwich with
You might also get
or hair and snot. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have to name your sandwich. That's the funniest.
That's the best part. Sandwiches have won because of the name on, you know.
You would never eat them.
You would never eat them, no, but like it's in my opinion that game is more fun to vote for the sandwich that's funniest and less for the sandwich that's
Well, when we
tastiest.
played, remember Teresa had
Yeah.
like Brett had a sweet
Yeah.
crepes, whipped cream.
Yeah, I mean like I think with kids it's probably gonna be the tasty sandwich that wins, but with adults it's gonna be the sandwich that's because yeah.
There was
Yep.
I was listening to this podcast. So one of the guys he was talking to, I forget like what voice actor it was. The guy said he actually went to clown school, well, not clown school, but like it was a class called like clowning or something. It's like as weird as that sounds. But
That's pretty great though.
one of the things was like I forget what it was, but it was like I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if it was like how to. It just did like do something funny for demonstrate something funny or whatever. And so he was like, it's So he like he was gonna try to like make a sandwich, but like dump all the ingredients in his pan, like have like a pre-made sandwich.
I mean,
like that sounds like
That's-
pretty.
yeah, the man is ahead of his time, clearly. You know,
That sounds like a pretty awesome feat. Whatever. Just like
yeah.
he's like throwing in like the lettuce, like the tomato or whatever. It's like he starts like throwing in the condiments. Like the guy's like, wait, stop.
One of the so one of the sandwiches that I remember very vividly that I can say on stream that I've played with it was I can't remember what was on it, except it was just a regular old sandwich, but with the meat was like reindeer, right? It had reindeer on it. And one of the ingredients was that it gets run over. Literally, it gets run over. And the sandwich is called Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. And like that one.
It was too funny.
That one. It's like how could you not win with that? So like that game is 10 out of 10. For $20, you can't compete.
And you can play it for up to with eight.
8 players, yeah, 8 players. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, but just come into Black Roman Games
Yeah,
and
it was a Kickstarter.
I think it would be kind of cool. Like it's like someone had like a burger place or something.
Yeah.
Like but they just call it
oh,
it's like they're like, hey, why is it called burger? It's like
I do love a good theme.
It's part 2.
yeah, I've been making all my friends play that game. It's a good one.
And Ethan's still painting green.
And I'm still paying green. I'm gonna be paying green for a while here, because this brushes. I wish if I had my brushes, I would show you guys what size brush I would use. It's significantly bigger than this brush, especially for this much green. Yeah, and this is. I mean, I know. I gripe about I gripe about the size of the brushes, but I mean, in this scenario, I feel like I'm justified. So I might just start painting a different color just to paint a different color at this point, because I'm still gonna be painting green by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, or I'll be finished painting green, and that doesn't make for good content. So I might start working.
Colors for like green. Trying to like make it like kind of like earthy colors, but like
My go-to in that scenario is like a reddish brown, because red is the complementary, is like the opposite color of green on the color wheel.
like
So like I would take like a dab of that and then a dab of brown, like more brown than the red though, like 2 to 1, and because then you get this like ruddy reddish brown, and it works great. There's a GW color too that's the perfect color that I'm talking about, and I just know the color. I just pick it out of my paint collection by heart because I just know, but like I couldn't name like the thing about GW paints is I can never name them like off the top of my head, except for like the basic ones like
yeah. So this is like I would like follow it like T for T.
yeah.
Like later on, I realized it wasn't that important.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's more. I mean, like I think it depends on the faction. Like I feel like if you're playing like I'm gonna go into 40K here because it's a good example. But like Custodes, like they kind of have to be gold. So but like any other faction really, it's kind of like paint them whatever color you want.
Right. But like as far as like the attribute,
Yeah.
like a Michael's green as opposed to like a
Oh yeah.
green or whatever.
Yeah. That's a good example. Well, the difference too between like a paint, like a craft paint for Michaels and the Citadel paints, is that the Citadel paints have much higher pigment concentration.
Oh, okay.
Because
What is that do? Like,
so like because it's you're painting on such a small little miniature, the stronger the color pigmentation, the more like the more the color will show. So like if you do 2 thin coats of the Michaels paint and then 2 thin coats of Citadel paint, like the Citadel paint will be a lot more opaque. If that makes sense. Because I've so like it'll be like less see-through. Yeah. So like that's why pigment density matters, because that way you can do less, and like it matters less for like bolder colors like red and green and like blue are good examples. But like if you're painting like yellow, colored pigment density is like end all be all, because like yellow you're gonna have to do 30 layers anyways, but you know 30 layers is only somewhat exaggerating. Alright, well I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna finish this green and then let's move on to a different color. I did a lot of green though, so maybe we might still be here for a minute. But there's a lot of nooks and crannies in these miniatures too. I think that's the biggest part of this. But this green is nice though. I like it a lot. I'm gonna have to pick it up for myself because it's a nice bright, like.
Well, conveniently, if you buy the paint kit or have
Yeah.
the paint kit, there's plenty of
There's
paint.
plenty of it. Yeah, they give you a lot of it.
See, we put the other ones are in that from the other paint kits are inside that box right there. Can you see the other, like these?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I put 'em in here.
There's and there because there's colors in there where you only use. Yeah, those are all extras. Yeah, there might be a reddish brown in there.
like the troll like has the.
Has all the colors are already in it. There might be a really nice reddish brown in there for you, because I know there's a wide variety of. You biscuit eating bulldog.
Yeah, this is literally black.
Oh yeah, and there's washes in there. I don't know why they took out the washes. Why they stopped doing the washes. I think that's infuriating. All right, I'm running out of this green because I'm being
Running
very
out of green steam.
green still. Ain't that the truth? A man can only take so much green.
People forget that there's some tedium to this. It's artsy craftsy, but it's still there's some boring parts. To get to the good stuff.
Well, it wouldn't be boring if I had a bigger brush.
Yeah.
I wish
like a
we
bigger
should do.
brush?
No, because I'm gonna
Trying to be
keep
authentic.
trying to
the
keep
kit.
yeah authentic to the kit, but god dang. I'm gonna say yeah, it's like I know there's bigger brushes around, but yeah, like, just give me a baby's eyelash, I'll be good. All right, well we're gonna move on for now because I'm tired of painting that color. So. What do they use the vermilion for? I don't get it.
There were paints you didn't use in the other ones too, though.
I mean, the
Red.
Griffin one. But like, why do I need this bright red? What is, like, I can't even see on the thing what I would even
No,
use it
it's
for.
like, what color is this?
Yeah, well, it's this. It's this one right here.
Oh,
But
the lips or the gums.
I guess I don't know. I didn't watch. Maybe I should watch these videos because It is nice to at least see what they used it for, but even then, it's like.
Funky monster.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm the kind of painter who enjoys painting like making my own scheme and like using my own, like coming up with my own colors. And all right, now for the paint water to get it all kinds of ugly and brown. All right, so now we're gonna take this heavy red and we're just gonna paint the cloak. So yeah, so we're just gonna move on to something different because, frankly, painting green is only so exciting. Surprise, surprise.
Oh yeah.
So
Anytime you this thing on your opening hand, it did help that because you went because you went over. I know. And playing these things for free is so stupid.
So I'll go through one and you'll have
and like I said, we're not worried about getting, like, if I get red paint on the green skin, I'm not worried about it. I got a lot more green to go anyway, so what's a little bit extra at this point?
I do like that red.
Yeah, this red is very nice. It contrasts really nice with the green, and that's what I mean about the colors contrasting them each other. Is they make each other pop. So color theory isn't crazy important for miniature painting, but if you can manage to wrap your head around a little bit of it, it helps a lot. Because color theory, not fun. Not fun. So I know like blue and orange is another one. And just looking at a color wheel is a really good tool. That's one of the things that I like to do when I'm stumped on colors is look at a color wheel and just contrast it.
All right, here, Rich posted his order.
See it? Yep, it looks amazing. What did I say?
Yeah.
I could have told you that without even looking at it, Rich. It looks beautiful. Good job.
Green and red too.
Well, there's no such thing as a wrong paint job in the miniature painting world, as far as I'm concerned. Ethan Ross, you can quote it.
New game.
Okay, so clean up our paintbrush. Making sure keeping our paintbrush clean, and that's what this. So generally,
Rich says, Ethan, please don't lick the brushes.
Nope, that's the secret power. That's the secret.
He said it messes up
Nope.
something. Rich, what does it mess
Nope.
up?
No, because I can't remember his name now. Of course, now I'm blanking on his name. But there is a very famous painter that has gone on the record as saying that's where he gets his superpowers from. So, and it keeps the tip. So, and this paintbrush is unfortunately already frayed. You can't see it on camera, but it's bothering me to no end. And it keeps the tip though.
Okay, I noticed you're doing that thing where you like balance
Oh,
your
yes.
hand on your fingers.
Yes, so I am holding the miniature in a way that my middle, ring, and pinky finger can act as a way to hold my good call out there, Christine. So my middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger are supporting my wrist here, while my thumb and my index finger are holding the miniature, right? And so what that's doing is that's stabilizing my wrist, so that way all I gotta do is move my so that way on my right hand where I'm holding my paintbrush, only my middle finger index finger and thumb are moving the paintbrush. So that's a really big tip. Helps a lot. And if you feel like you don't have a steady enough hand, that's how you do it. Because I don't have steady hands, so having stabilizing my hand on something helps a
It look
lot.
like we still have
Which one?
I just I can't get it to go. It says live, but I'm seeing please stand by. There it goes. Okay, sorry.
Weird.
My phone was slow.
Oh, it was probably just loading. Is that the Twitch app?
No, it's Facebook Live.
Oh. Sometimes on the Twitch app, it'll bring up an earlier part of the broadcast.
Oh.
Okay, so that's
We're gonna have to get you some brighter light. I'll tell you that.
yeah. This is kind of
Not
rough.
the same as back there.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we'll make it. We're making it work as long as it looks okay-ish. That's all.
You can see some.
I say I have plenty of light. I'm more than but I don't know if that translates well
Well,
to.
I can see you just fine. It just doesn't seem as bright on the.
Well, it's also like because the thing is I can only move the light so close
Yeah.
before.
No, I can still see it. I
'Cause,
just
yeah.
really can see you too.
Is that a little better?
But you can still see.
Yeah, well, because before I had it over going this way, but it was blocking the camera right here.
Oh yeah, that actually is better.
All right. There we go. So yeah, we'll just
Oh,
keep
yeah,
it there.
yeah,
then.
yeah.
That's way better, I think. All right. So a little bit of road bumps, but this is first stream where
Well, we haven't done it over here.
yeah we haven't done it over here, so it's learning all the ins and outs, ups and downs, lefts and rights. So all right. So, here, let me put this. Let me just put this up here so that you guys can see what I'm doing when I. So we're just getting all the base coats down, getting everything going. Okay, so alrighty, so we're gonna finish up on his little cloak here, and then we'll do some colors on do some other colors, and then what time is it?
Almost 7.
7. Okay, so we got some time. We got plenty of time then. So, got like a whole nother hour, so. And by the way, Rich, I've been licking paintbrushes for a year, and I've gotten a much better painter in that process. So, not saying that it works, but. Oh gosh, so you want to hear a Catan story? So we played Catan the other day, and generally I'm very smarmy about winning, right? Very like, oh yeah, I'm winning. Very, very like,
Brutal.
yeah, it's very cutthroat in our household when Catan gets brought out. Let me tell you. But anyway, so my brother called me smarmy last time we played, and his girlfriend was just like, "Ethan, you're so smarmy," just teasing me about it, just because we're all friends, so.
Smarmy's the name of my new Warhammer cover band.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so.
That's a great word.
Right, isn't it? It's just. I mean, it's not great when you're getting called smarmy, but I mean, when you're calling, just to be able to say it. So, let's see. Yeah, so we're just trying to get in all these little nooks and crannies, trying to get the inside of the cloaks too. Don't forget that, because it'll look really weird if your miniature has you know, a red cloak on the front, but then white cloak on the inside. So you gotta, unfortunately, you gotta just bite the bullet and just get your paint get your paint all up in there. Okay, and then we're just gonna. Alrighty, so we're just gonna keep painting the inside here. So we got one. Oop, got paint. Yeah, if you haven't played Settlers of Catan, it's a good time. We-
I have never played Catan.
You've
I've only
never
gamed Jordan,
played.
I've never
You've
ever
never played
Not
Catan.
once, not any format of it.
It's a good. It's okay. It's a good time until it's not a good time. But even when it's not a good time, it's still kind of a good time.
I like a lot of games.
The thing about Catan is that you have to have people who really love each other to play it. Because if if the relationship's already strained,
Yes, that's what TJ says too.
if your relationship's already strained, then it's it's gonna be a rough time. Let me just say that. But yeah. But Catan is a good time. It's a game that my brother had bought, and then we never played. We didn't play it for like a year and a half, 2 years. Like we had it for 2 years. We never touched it. We didn't even open it, right? And then we finally opened. Like pandemic hit, and we were just like, man, we got nothing to do. Like we were all bored out of our minds. We were like, you know what? Let's just play Catan. Let's just bust it out and just try a game, right? And I think 8 hours later we finally stopped. Like we played it once and we were just hooked. It's just that much fun, and it's it's something that is we all try and because my dad loves it, so we play it on Father's Day and stuff too.
Oh, nice.
So it's part of the Father's Day festivities is playing some Catan. And honestly, all you need is base Catan. That's really all you need. I don't think I mean, I've never looked at any of the expansions and was like.
We don't have a lot of expansions. We have the 5 to 6 player.
Yeah,
But lots of people really like Starfarers Catan. And we actually have Star Trek Catan, and I've watched videos on how to play. I still never played with this.
You're missing out, Christine.
Even though I play about 1 million other games.
I know. I mean, okay. So the thing about Catan, so the reason why you need people who you love to play that with, is because my brother, his girlfriend, and I, we will play a game of Catan, do something to spite each other. Like for example, my brother's girlfriend's very spiteful. She's
When she plays games.
she plays. Yeah, sure. Yeah. She doesn't watch these, so I'm safe. Love her to pieces because she's like family to me. But anyways, so she's very spiteful when it comes to Catan, and so because I was so smarmy last time we played, she wouldn't trade anything to me. Still won. That made it even better.
So my kids have different playing strategies. Xander's is just to screw everybody over. So yeah, he's fascinated by the mechanics of the game. Doesn't feel like he needs to win. I mean, he'll feel good if he like. Lost his sister,
It's
but
the
she
personal
can't play anymore.
It's the personal victories for
Yeah.
him. You know what? I can appreciate that. Sometimes though in Catan I get caught up eating glue, is what we call it, where we just can't do anything. We're just not like
Nobody will do
your numbers aren't hitting, so you can't do anything, and like you just got nothing, so you're just eating glue. That's the term that we've employed is, maybe not the greatest, but it gets the point across. Okay, so I'm trying to get all inside of his cloak right now. And we're just, oh, and by the way, I lost my train of thought there.
Something about games.
Oh. My strategy in Catan is just dominate the big numbers. Like dominate the numbers that always hit, like the because I play Warhammer, so I'm very familiar with like D6 probabilities, because like that's so because that's part of Warhammer is D6 understanding D6 probabilities and whether something is strategically sound because when you think about the D6. So I always try and go for the numbers that are like 8 is a good one. 9 and 5 and and
So
6,
7 and 6 and 8.
yeah,
And 5 and 9.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So because seven doesn't, there's not a tile for 7,
Oh, okay.
so you can't just do 7, but you can do 8.
Yeah, 6
You
and 8.
can
and
do
then 5
6 and
9
8
after
and
that,
5 and
right?
9. Yeah, I go for those numbers, the ones with high statistical probability.
So I play a game called Can't Stop on Board Game Arena, and it's the same thing. It's rolling the dice, and so but you have to. Although those numbers hit more, it takes more steps to get to the top of the mountain with those numbers than it does with 2 and 12. It's like 3 steps, but with 7, it's like 10 steps.
Yeah. I keep kicking this poor stand. There we go. So we've got the.
It's Arturo. They're playing Digimon, Arturo. I said they're playing Digimon. I told Mateo you wanted to learn how to play.
Yes. So I'm recommending.
This doesn't trigger. I got from
A little bit too mucked up on the brush right there. So we're gonna give it a nice thorough cleaning. How did the reddish brown look on your druid, Matthew? How did the reddish brown look? Yeah, okay,
I was
good.
like nervous it was gonna like blend in with your skin. Like after a time.
Yeah, it's a really nice contrast. I love. Okay, if there's anything I've come to appreciate brown so much more as I painted miniatures. Brown just always seems to look good. Like there's never like a time where brown just seems out of place or just looks bad. It's just brown.
Like mix more paints or whatever. It's like I can only paint so many things green, brown, and lighter brown.
Well, I mean, like, you'd be surprised because I mean, if you do like olive drab and then like like a more like a forest green, like you can get pretty creative. But at some point, though, it's just like green and brown.
Because like I a lot of times try to think like what kind of colors were hip back then?
Right. Green and brown. Green, brown, and tan. Okay, so that looks like it's all done. So we're gonna go ahead, move on to a different color. Let's see. What colors do I want to do? Do parasite brown.
need spare sleeves for that. I should have some spare sleeves around my house.
See, look at this. Mm. See, you know what sucks is that Vallejo has a fantastic color for skulls. It's not their game color line, it's their model color line. It's called Iraqi sand, and it's the perfect color for bone. It's absurdly good color for bone, and I'm just like,
I have skeleton board over there.
eh,
You don't like that one?
well, it's just I don't want to I don't want to go outside the kit. It's just like man, like they had an opportunity to just remove one of these part green flats and replace it with like a more skull brown. I'm sorry, it's not on the camera. But I'm just I can't think of what colors I want to do for what.
The reason is because he's playing an aggro. You don't want too many of the energy. What's the slope?
Mm.
Decisions.
You know what? Here's what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Mix it up a little bit. Do something different. Change it up.
Oh, are we gonna be creative now with the colors?
A little bit. Not crazy amount of it, but you know, enough that it's not so drab. I mean, it's drab because I'm bringing out brown. Speaking of the color. Right? Speak of the devil. Alrighty, so we got. I'm using Beastie Brown here. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe my. So we got Beastie Brown here. We got a little bit more than we need, but I mean, hey, it's okay. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna paint the leather this color.
So here's the other thing. It doesn't just say that the thing that's suspended. If you want just don't.
All right, second one. Oh, shoot. Okay. So, and we're also
I don't
gonna.
know.
Paint...
This one might be like a 3-session.
Yeah, this one's pretty gnarly, cause I haven't even finished the base coat. I can take it home with me, but
Well, this will give people a chance. They can still buy their kits and
That's
come
true.
and paint with you.
That's very true. So we'll probably have to extend
We're
it a
just
little
now
bit.
opening again, so I know people aren't quite ready to, we gotta
Venture out
get
into the
used to it
wild.
being open again.
Yeah. Well, that looks really good.
8. It's in the register. I can't remember. I think it's 8.
I'm painting the rope here, that Beastie Brown.
I definitely pitched Sunday League to him. It's all good.
I have level 5.
Sunday's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for Sunday. Finally get to play some
Oh, yeah,
Warhammer.
yeah.
We're gonna be. I'm gonna be. Yeah.
Gonna come.
Gonna say Sunday. Gonna be in Black Rowan Games playing some Warhammer. So if you'd like to come around, please stop by. I'd love to see you. And if you've been painting Warhammer miniatures, completely unrelated to Dungeons and Dragons. I know it's a different crowd, but
Painting's painting though.
painting's painting though. Yeah, if you've been painting Warhammer miniatures, you want to learn how to play with them. More than happy to show you. I'm gonna paint some of the skulls here, this color too.
I've talked to so many people who have bought into Warhammer and they've
And
never
just,
played
yeah, they
yet,
just don't want to
because
play.
it's been
Yeah,
a year and a
'cause- yeah,
half.
exactly.
They're excited to learn how to play.
So yeah, I'm
Gave me like an entire Skaven army with like half, like they painted like probably like a fourth of them, and I was like, look at all this free stuff.
Yeah, but
And
it's
I,
a-
like, just sat in my closet like, collecting this for like 2 years.
Yeah, but it's escaping army. So if they painted a fourth of it, that means they painted about 200 models. I mean, I'm over exaggerating, but I
not
mean,
by much.
not yeah, not by as much as you think.
He painted like some the beefy sized.
Oh, like the bigger yeah, the rat ogres and stuff. Yeah,
Those were really like it was like the first time I had seen like some legit painting skills or whatever. I was like, yeah, I have a long way to get. Like I think that was part of the reason I didn't paint it.
I kind of feel bad. So
Okay.
you know what's funny is last year a friend of mine he was getting into Warhammer and he asked me to paint one of his hero characters for his birthday, and I was like, you know what, that's fine.
Bye, Arturo. See ya.
And I was like, yeah, like that's, I could paint a model. That's easy, like that's whatever. So I go and paint this beautiful model, right, and do all the fixings, all the trimmings, and like, I think it kind of intimidated him a little bit because it's like this beautiful model that's perfectly painted, right? Because he said I just went and painted like the box art, and I pretty much copied the box art almost, almost like, as close as I can get, and it's just like pretty. I'm concerned that might be what have happened. But
Like one of the things people definitely gotta like take into consideration. It's like it's all about like just the experience.
yeah, it's not about the destination; it's about the journey. And I think one of the
taking like miniatures to work. It's so very depressing over there. It's like one of my coworkers started like painting with me, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, this is like the coolest part of going to work now."
Yeah, I mean, miniature painting is, it's a lot of fun. It's really just, it's a relaxing thing, and I'll just sit at my computer desk and, put on a Twitch stream and just let it rip and just start painting, paint to plastic, and, it's a lot of fun. It just really helps me with, just sometimes if I'm just feeling down and just bored and don't want to do anything, I just paint. It's
I think it's relaxing.
Yeah.
Thanks. Noah does not find it relaxing.
That's
He
fair.
has to be too still.
Yeah.
Ray and I
It
just
depends
chill
on
out.
what you paint, though. 'Cause, like,
Okay.
if like sometimes
How much it matters.
well, like
Yeah, I mean,
if you
yeah,
paint
that's-
some, like there's some stuff that's like super simple, like
Okay.
building models, like I had like a whole that's what I noticed with the what do you call it? It's like the protective structures for if like a siege breaks through a castle or whatever.
Oh, like the barricades.
Yeah, the spikes and stuff. And so it was one of those for like the Lord of the Rings. And so like I was like, oh man, like how am I gonna paint this? But it was like it's like so like for the longest time you're just painting like one color, and so it's like, oh hey, I don't have to like change brushes or change paints or whatever. And so it's like you're just like focusing on like getting the detail or whatever, and it's like
We're gonna have to come up with names for each one of these heads
oh yeah.
because there's four. There's four of them. Oh,
What was
speaking.
it? It's like this is Tiamat.
Right.
This is Tia Bob. This is Tia Fred.
Okay. You know what's funny? Speaking of having to name.
Oh no.
Speaking of having to name multiple things at once. So so in our backyard we've been feeding these feral cats.
Oh, God.
And well, I mean, like, they keep other cats away. They protect the house. I'll see them patrolling it. Like they stick around. Like
This is our food.
but yeah, well, because it's one boy, one girl. So now we have kittens. And so my dad named because it's an all black cat, so he named it Terror. Because why not? Because he's kind of a scary looking cat too. When he was skinny, because you had like yeah. He terrorizes around our house, so I mean, it's kind of appropriate. And so because Terror kind of looks like because he was like beat up, like he had like kind of like his face was a little messed up. I mean, I think it was probably because of a fight, because cats.
That's right. 'cause
And so we decided to name the little, because the little girl cat, he would let her eat. He would stop, let her eat first, and then he would eat. And so we named her Belle, 'cause, like Beauty and the Beast, because she's a pretty cat too. She's a beautiful cat. So it only makes sense that Belle and Terror, right? And so they had 3 little kittens. So we decided to name them because we don't know what the hell to name them. So Mo, Larry, and Curly. we,
Belle and Terror
yeah,
had the Stooges.
yeah. Belle and Terror had the 3 little Stooges.
Hello, beat on my shoe.
Yeah, so
Oh my
yeah,
goodness. That's so
yeah. Little kittens made a mess of all the dry food. They came out one day and all the dry food was scattered all around the
Yeah,
the
they're
bowl.
taken after.
Yeah. Yes. So they're cute though. We're trying to get them. We're trying to figure out how to get them in a cage and get them.
Hello,
You know.
we owe anybody money? Then it's ship. He's come back to
Oh,
Pontus.
I'm also gonna paint the toenails here brown because why not? It's a dire troll. Why wouldn't they have brown toenails? Yeah. Right? I mean, when I think of a troll, I would imagine they'd have some gnarly
I
toenails.
was gonna say, yeah. Pretty dirty.
We're gonna give them some gnarly toenails. So, probably. I have so much of this brown. I pulled out way too much of it. What do you think? What do you think of that dude's hairstyle? Look. I mean, he's got hair. Might as well make it a fun, make it a kind of a funny color, right?
I mean, that hairstyle is just kind of.
It's. I mean, it's real. It reminds me of the guy from oh, what's that show? Big Bang Theory. The astronaut.
Oh, Howard?
Howard, yeah. Kind of right. Look at.
Oh
Does
my
it
God.
look like Howard a little bit?
Not unlike.
It's not it's not exactly, but it's pretty close.
Trick or treat, both of them.
Oh yeah, so mm,
There are some funny faces on it.
right, yeah. I mean, there's a
They're
lot
all
of
really different.
yeah. So this is gonna
Lots
take
going on
me.
in this
Yeah,
round.
there's a lot going on. So maybe
So feel free to buy your paint kit or just come paint with us for future.
yeah,
times,
yeah. I mean,
because
because this one's gonna take me
later.
later. Matthew, it's nice hanging out with you. Yeah, this one's gonna take a bit. That's for certain. So, what time is it?
7:20.
7:20. I guess I should just paint more green.
Get the green done.
Just trying to get as much of the
Get the
green.
green done, and it'll be more fun next
Yeah,
time.
that way we can get going on a bunch of other stuff. Because there's a lot of green left. Because even when I was painting all the details around it, because that's a big no-no to paint all the. I don't like painting all the details before I get the main color out of the way. But I mean, at the same time, I don't want to just paint green all night. So I'll just try and get as much of the green knocked out, and then come 8 o'clock, we'll
I think people should come in. It's really fun to just hang out. And
Yeah.
talk.
Oh yeah, I think painting's great alone because you can listen to a podcast, a stream, a TV show, whatever. It's
And if we're not live
You know.
streaming, we can put the music on.
yeah. No DMCA strikes for us. No siree. So, and especially with this opening back up and being normal again, which is exciting. We can do offline ones too. That schedule is pending. Take a drink. I've been rewatching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. They're good. They hold up. The first one holds up. The second one I'm gonna watch tonight.
You love pirates. I have I decorated my office cubicle for Halloween as
Oh yeah.
pirates.
Oh, that's fun.
But not just my cubicle. We had a row of 4 cubicles.
Oh wow.
And I made the entire thing look like the ship. I
Oh,
had-
that is
we
so
put up
cool.
sails on all of the desks. They went like up into the
Oh, that
it
is
was a lot
so
of control.
cool.
I'll have to show you. But I also have it's one of my favorite rides. Our family. That's the first ride and the last ride we always ride at Disneyland as a family.
Oh, that's definitely one of my favorite rides.
Yeah, and I have one of the posters at home.
Oh, that's exciting.
So yes, I also have all the stretching portraits from Haunted Mansion, and they're all like this. They're like this.
Oh, that's cool. How'd you get your hands on those?
So it's funny because I'm like obsessed with Haunted Mansion. That's my personal favorite ride. And I was just checking Facebook Marketplace one day randomly, like for Haunted Mansion stuff, and somebody in Mountain House was selling them. They were
No way.
moving, and they had them framed.
No
They're
way.
just reproduction.
Oh, I mean-
things. They're not like
The real deal.
real deal, but they're
They're still.
they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
That's great.
So I had to. And then I have the poster of the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that's cool.
The ghosts.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have a lot of Haunted Mansion because it's the best.
The reason why is because I started playing Sea of Thieves, and I don't know if are you familiar with Sea of Thieves?
I don't think so.
It's like
I know
this.
Sea of Clouds.
It's an MMO
Okay.
where you are a pirate
Okay.
and you sail the seas
And
and
so it's just like so. I do listen to the soundtrack a lot.
Oh,
Because the soundtrack really like makes you feel like
yeah, yeah, and so Sea of Thieves is you're a pirate and you plunder the islands and you kill other players and
Well, there you go.
you know and you're a pirate through and through.
Arg.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've been having a blast with it. And so one of the cool things that they just introduced is they made Captain Jack Sparrow canon to the Sea of Thieves universe.
Really?
So he is in the video game and they just added it.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's on sale right now. Just saying.
We don't do video games here.
Thankfully that one's online.
Did you see that there was a video? It was like a year ago. It was right before Disneyland shut down, I think. Or no, you know what? Maybe it was when one of the last movies came out. But you know, on the Pirates ride at the end where they have Jack Sparrow like rocking in the rocking chair.
Yeah.
It was like actually Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah. If only, huh?
Oh.
If-
Well, I mean, you see things like also like Tom Holland wandering around in a Spider-Man suit, and then all of a sudden he takes his hat off. You know, it
His mask, yeah.
That stuff never happens to me.
Cool stuff never happens. Not in our part of it. Not in our neck of
Enjoy it
California.
vicariously through video.
Thankfully, that's what the internet's for, huh? You get all the cool stuff. Maybe you don't get to experience it in person, but you still get to experience it. So. There's still a lot of green. Oh my goodness. Because I did his back, okay. At least I did that part. So what's your guys' next event?
Next event. Well, Friday Night Magic tomorrow night.
Friday Night Magic tomorrow night.
And big this weekend. It's DCC Day. So DCC is for Dungeon Crawl Classics.
Ooh.
So if you like role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, or whatever you're gonna want to come because it's another system of play, and the adventures are based on old school D&D type things.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
it's everything's free. So we actually have games running with GMs who are going to run games for us at 11 and 3. So
That's
and then there's all
exciting.
kinds of good giveaways. The idea is like you don't even have to prepare anything. You show up because they have pre-generated characters.
Oh, wow.
So you can just learn how to play that particular, learn what the system is like.
That's exciting.
So yeah, we're really excited. We actually have one of the people who contacted us who wanted to run games, he's bringing a bunch of his friends, but they're all coming down from Sacramento.
Oh
'Cause we're one of the
wow.
only stores in the area that's doing it.
Wow.
And if you're a DCC fan, apparently there's exclusives that are given out at this event every year, and those folks want
Want the
want to get their
exclusive?
stuff. Yeah. So it'll be fun. Last year, somebody emailed us from Alaska. They couldn't locate the any stores near them that were gonna do it. Ethan's eating the paint again.
It's clean. It's clean. It's just the paint water.
So anyway,
It gives
and
you
I told him-
superpowers.
So I told this guy, if we didn't end up giving it away, for the people who came into the store, that we would mail it to him, and we did.
Oh, that's nice of you guys.
Because,
If I can get believe the gimmick I want this to be.
we love
It's
a big
the
fan.
man's in Alaska too.
What's that?
The man's in Alaska.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing around him,
Yeah, probably
unfortunately.
not. Probably
Unless
not.
he lives near Anchorage, and even then.
We got 5 kits of stuff this year because I placed a big order, so we could sign up for it. So
Well,
we'll
so
have
yeah, there you.
goodies to give away.
Well, there you guys go. You guys, if
Yeah, come by on Saturday.
yeah,
it'll
come
be
by on
fun.
Saturday. It'll be a good time.
Play some free games.
Yeah, sounds like a really good time.
And then Pokemon League starts back on
Yeah, Pokemon
Sunday.
League. Yeah,
Digimon League starts on Sunday.
and then we have the Warhammer event Sunday too
and
now.
Warhammer on Sunday. There will be
Busy,
no free
busy.
tables. No free tables
Busy,
on
busy.
Sunday, sorry.
Busy.
You'll have to join an event to
Yeah.
play at a table.
Well, I mean, I'll be there at the Warhammer event. I'll have 2 different factions to
John's
play.
excited
And
too.
John's gonna be coming with his stuff too.
hmm
I think he's gonna have at least 2 factions. So
Yeah, I've seen a few people say they're going to stop by.
Yeah,
that'll be
so-
good.
yeah, I'll be excited to get some Warhammer people in here.
And then you got to decide what night you're going to play. I'm going to recommend Tuesdays. We don't really
Okay.
have anything that night, but just depends on everybody's jobs, right?
Yep, it just depends. It depends. Well, yeah, but I mean, I could come in Sunday then Tuesday.
Well,
So-
we just with Digimon League, I don't think it's gonna be really big. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that on a long-term basis. Also, how Warhammer, but maybe you guys. Well, actually, you can play 4 people on one table though, so maybe.
But 4 people on one table. I
I
thought
mean,
it
on
was
2 tables. I'm sorry, on the 2 tables, you
Yeah.
can play 2 people. Yeah, 4 people.
4 people
right?
on 2 tables. Yeah, you could.
Wait, 4 people on one table, 2 and 2, right? For kill team.
Yeah, yeah. For kill
So
team.
if you do kill team, maybe we can pick that up on Sundays.
Yeah, well, cause real Warhammer, I think that's just it's not gonna happen in an evening. I think it's kind of hard to. That's a tall order, you know.
Yeah.
But kill team, because I think it's easier if we'll do this conversation when I'm not doing paint night, but I
we
think
figure we could probably fit one more table right here between 2.
So
We could fit one more table like right there
yeah.
if we move this around.
But I think that's just gonna just about do it for paint night for now. I think we'll keep you follow the Black Rowan Games Facebook page and what else?
Facebook,
Facebook,
Instagram,
Instagram, Twitter.
And Discord, which is
And
my favorite,
Discord,
'cause
yeah.
We all talk back and forth there.
So follow that for more news on the next paint night. We'll figure that out and we'll post the announcements and
Yep.
all that fun
It'll be
jazz. So
fun.
thank you so much
Thanks,
for watching.
Ethan.
Thank you for spending time with me and painting your dire troll. I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun, even though it's a lot of green.
It's a lot of
It's a
green.
lot of green. I mean, look at my hand. Like it
Oh,
was.
I did notice
you know,
that you wore your traditional shirt.
course.
Too.
even though it's getting a little tighter on me. But COVID. I'm blaming COVID, not my poor dietary choices.
No. Just trying to be more active
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. It's time to get out of my computer chair, I guess.
Too much sheep.
Yeah, too much Sea of Thieves. So, all right.
Night,
let's
everyone.
go.
I will,
You got it.
Bye.
Well,
We're not turning it off.
Thankfully, David's here still.
Something else somewhere.
Oh, My video ended. Okay, I guess.
Yes, that's Facebook. Video. Oh.